Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be taking a Jinzo deck profile. Now this deck actually is really interesting and a lot of fun when you can summon out all 3 copies of your Jinzos onto the field all at once, and that's kind of what this deck focuses around, is summoning 3 copies of Jinzo and maybe using a limiter removal to OTK your opponent really quickly. A lot of fun, really dark synchro-y a little bit too, but let's get straight on into it and see what I'm playing. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell down there so you can become a part of the notification squad. So let's see what I'm playing in here. So the deck is kind of pretty standard for a Jinzo deck. We're going to be playing 3 copies of Jinzo, or Jizno for simply unlucky. Basically this card just negates all the effects of trap cards. You can still activate trap cards, but their effects are negated. So it's really good. It's a really good card, but it only negates the face-up. As long as the card remains faceable in the field, all trap cards cannot be activated, and the effects of all face-up trap cards are also negated. So it just negates trap cards, pretty much, and you can't activate it. So then we play 1 copy of Jinzo Lord. This card's alright. It's a good 1-of in the deck. You have to tribute a Jinzo you control, or send a face-up Jinzo you control to the graveyard to summon this card, to special summon it, and you control to the graveyard. Trap cards cannot be activated, and all trap cards on the field are negated. Once per turn, you can destroy all face-up trap cards and inflict 300 points of damage for each trap card destroyed by this effect. It's just a really good nostalgic card. I really like it as 1-of in the deck because you can special summon it out, and it's a 26 body. So we play it as 1-of. I play 1 copy of Dark-Armed Dragon because it's a complete dark deck, and it's really easy to control your graveyard in this deck, so you know, why not play 1 Dark-Armed Dragon? We're doing a lot of revival in this deck and a lot of special summoning to get plays off that we might need to play just 1 copy. I cannot wait for Dark-Armed Dragon to go to 2. Then we play 3 copies of Destiny Hero Malicious. Destiny Hero Malicious just kind of special summons out of the graveyard and provides us the ability to link into like Wee Witch to make our Jinzos go up to 2900 when they're special summoned. And it's just a really good card in the deck, and we play Armageddon Knights to send a bunch of stuff to grave, so you know, it's not really Armageddon Knight without playing Malicious. And going with the same thing, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Dark Greffer. Dark Greffer is kind of the same premise as Armageddon Knight. We're going to be playing 3 copies of it because we're playing so many high-level dark monsters. You can send 1 level 5 or higher dark monster from your hand to the grave to special summon it. And then it's Foolish Burial by discarding a dark monster. So it's really good to play it at 3 because of that aspect. And with the tech cards that I'm playing in here to like allow us to special summon a bunch of stuff, you need to play Dark Greffer to get them into the graveyard in order to revive them. Then we play 3 copies of Armageddon Knight. Same premise as the Dark Greffer. You know, you just normal summon it and send 1 dark monster from your deck to the grave. I really see them actually hitting Armageddon Knight soon because he's such a 1-card like problem to me, because like so many people just normal summon this and it allows for so many like crazy plays with Destrudo and stuff like that. I'm not playing Destrudo in this deck, but it's such a interesting card because it's just a 1-card Foolish Burial. But we play 3 copies of it in this deck because it's really easily, you know, you can really abuse it in this deck to get out like Jinzo Jector from your deck to the grave, and then it allows you to activate like, I don't know, Monster Reborn, and then you get some other plays, and it lets you do things. So then we play 3 copies of Summoner Monk. This card is really good. The main focus of this deck is to special summon out Jinzo Jector and then activate Infernal Reckless Summon to actually special summon all of our Jinzos from our deck, because it counts as Jinzo while it's on the field or in the grave, kind of like a Cyber Dragon. So really good effects. But we play 3 Summoner Monk because it's just really important to the deck. Then we play 3 copies of Jinzo Jector. Like I was saying before, this card becomes Jinzo while in the field or in the graveyard, and you contribute it to add a Jinzo monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of itself. Then reveal all set spell and traps on the field, and if there are any traps that your opponent has, you can special summon Jinzo monsters from your hand up to the number of traps revealed. I love playing against Altergeist with this deck because you just completely blow their board, and like they don't know what to do against this deck because it just negates all their traps. And it's a pretty much an auto scoop against Altergeist, which I've done on Yugioh Pro quite a lot. Then we play 3 copies of Jinzo Returner. Jinzo Returner it basically can attack your opponent directly, and then when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Jinzo from your grave, but destroy it during the end phase. It's not that bad because it turns off, like, if you set this on your field and then your opponent attacks into it, then you're going to be special summoning a Jinzo, and then you can look at your opponent like you're going to beat over a 24 body. I don't think so. I mean, they might, but it's rare to just surprise them with that. But then we play one Plague Spreader for the synchro plays, and plus it helps us link too, because if you can have him in grave, then you can bring him back with like just putting a card back on the top of your deck, and then special summon him, and then if you got a Jinzo on field or a Malicious on field, you can actually like synchro them away for like Beals or Cyframe Lord Omega or Void Ogre or something like that to prevent spells and traps, battle destructions, and ripping a card out of your opponent's hand, or putting stuff back if you need to with Cyframe. But that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells and traps, which we don't play really any traps in this deck because it's Jinzo. So we're going to be playing one copy of Monster Reborn because it plays along with the revival aspect of this deck. One copy of Foolish Burial, just in case the Armageddon Knight and the Dark Grapher don't come quick enough, which we should get them with our reinforcements in the army. One copy of Monster Gate, because, again, we need to special summon out something that has the name Jinzo as quickly as possible. Usually I love to grab Jinzo Jector. That's the one that I need to get as quickly as possible, but sometimes we don't get it and we get something even bigger. Sometimes we just get one Jinzo on the field, and that works. One copy of Reasoning, same reason as the Monster Gate, but without the cost. But your opponent can prevent this, so it kind of sucks because they can call, if they call the right level, but we're only playing sixes. I think we're playing sixes, fours, and a 2, and a 3. We're playing 3, so it's kind of like weird for them to call it. They can call 4s and they'll probably get it right, but on the off chance that they don't call 6 and you get Jinzo or Malicious, it's okay. It's pretty good. Then I play 2 copies of Limiter Removal, because if you can get all 3 Jinzos on the field and Limiter Removal your opponent, you pretty much won. I mean, there's not much that they're going to do against that. Then I play 3 copies of Allure of Darkness, because we need to get to our combo pieces as quickly as possible. And then for the last 3 spells, I play 3 copies of Infernal Reckless Summon. This card is what makes this deck live. Like, this is the best card in the deck besides Jinzo. And for those of you who don't know, when exactly one monster with 1500 or less attack is special summoned to your side of the field, while your opponent controls a face-up monster, your opponent chooses one face-up monster they control, then they special summon all monsters with the same name as that monster from their hand, deck, and grave in face-up attack position. Also, your opponent special summons all cards with the same name as the chosen monsters. Basically, if they have a monster on the field and you have like Jinzo Jector and you just special summon Jinzo Jector on the field, because this has less than 1500 attack, it's kind of like the same premise as Machine Dupe and Cyber Dragons. If you have this on the field and you chain this to the special summon of Jinzo Jector off of any means like Monster Reborn or Monster Gate or Reasoning or anything like that, or Summoner Monk or anything, you can just instantly go for 3 Jinzos. You can just special summon as many Jinzos as you can. And that's really, really, really good, because then it puts 3 2400 bodies on field plus the Jector, and it's just nuts. So that's it for the spells, guys. This card is a must-of 3 of in the deck. You can kind of play around with it. I wanted to play Soul Charge in here, but I couldn't find the room. But I think I know where I'm going to put it, and I'm going to tell you guys in just a second. So that's it for the spells. Let me get into the traps really quick. So we're playing 3 copies of Call of the Haunted, because until we get Jinzo on the field, this card is live. You can still play with this, but I considered doing this because you can chain it on your opponent's turn when they normal summon like the card that they want. But at the same time, I'm kind of like debating, do I want a Call of the Haunted or a Soul Charge? So for now, we're going to say 3 copies of Call of the Haunted because it's consistency. And like all you do is set this on your turn and then revive the Jector and then activate Infernal Reckless Summon to chain to the Jector summon, and then you special summon all the Jinzos. Like, that's the way this works. It's basically Jinzo Swarm. Like that's what it is. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck and I'll show you guys how that plays. We don't use the extra deck all that much, and there's a couple of cards we use more than often, but I'll show you those. So we're playing Psyframe Lord Omega. He's usually the one that I go into if I get Plague Spreader. And if I've already sent, like, if I already send Malicious to Grave, I'm usually going to summon him first. And then I summon, or I get Void Ogre. Void Ogre just negates spells, basically. That's what I use him for when I have no cards in my hand. Beals, because Beals is big, and Beals is, like, without traps, he's really, really hard to get rid of. And, like, Nightmare Unicorn's, like, one of the only ways you can get rid of it, or they can steal it with, like, Borreload or something like that, but that's acceptable losses. We play a Borreload because Borreload's big. Summon Sorceress because it can actually get us out Jinzo, and then you can, like, activate Inferno Reckless Summon as long as it's a monster with 1500 or less attack. Nightmare Unicorn because it's Nightmare Unicorn, and we need bounces sometimes in this deck. Phoenix because same reason, we might need to pop back row before we go into our big plays. Cerberus, same reason we might need to pop a big monster, and we don't have a lot of that in the main deck, so we need that here besides, like, Dark Arm Dragon. I play 2 Wee Witch's Apprentice. This is the main one I go into a lot because I'll, like, special summon, like, I'll discard, like, Dark Grepher, or I activate Dark Grepher's effect, discard, like, Malicious, special summon Dark Grepher, activate Grepher's effect, discard, like, Plague Spreader, ideally, and then special summon Malicious back, go into a Wee Witch, and then special summon another Malicious, and then activate Plague Spreader Engraved to special summon itself back, and then go into, like, Beals at 35 with Wee Witch on field. Like, that's a pretty okay board. Then I play 1 Utopia Beyond because it's a level 6 XYZ. Photon Strike Bouncer to negate monster effects if my opponent's having a lot of shenanigans like that. And then I play the Utopia engine along with it, which is number 39, S39 Utopia Prime, and then Lightning because we might need a really big beat stick really quickly. But that's it for that, guys. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to hit that bell button so you guys can become a part of the notification squad. It is right there, so you guys can catch all the newest videos. And we will be doing a lot more videos on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.